Hey there, superstars. It is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And I am coming to you after literally back-to-back coaching sessions that I've had going on all day long today since 7 a.m. my time. It's now just after 5. The sun's going down and I have to get out to my workout. And as you guys know, I'm doing the 75 hard challenge. So I'm up to day 3 and there's no going back. So I can't miss anything that's on that list. And today's message has been inspired by a couple of the different coaching sessions I had today, actually, that were talking around the same sort of concepts. And I thought, we got to talk about this. And it's all about obligation. All right. So a lot of what I've been working with people on today has been around personality psychology and diving deep into their particular types. And there are a few different types of personality who really end up succumbing to the concept of obligation. And it's at the expense of what's good for them, right? So there's a difference between being obligated and actually, feeling that obligation in terms of the role that you want to fulfill in life, your responsibilities, what's in alignment with who you are, having integrity with the best parts of who you are, and obligating yourself to show up, raise your standards, be that person that you can be proud of, all that great stuff. But then there's this other side of obligation, which isn't so healthy. And that side of obligation is when you do things for other people that they may or may not directly ask you for, and you may or may not, or you definitely probably don't, actually communicate as to how that might be in conflict to what's actually healthy for you. So you end up doing the things that you don't really want to do, but you feel you should do. You feel like, you kind of talk yourself out of the things that are healthy for you so that, other people can get their needs met. It might be, you're saying yes to things that you really should be saying no to. Some great examples of this is just, maybe you're one of my beautiful clients that I was working with today is just constantly on the go, always trying to do the best that she can, always going above and beyond, always trying to meet everybody's needs, kind of that stereotypical mum who's pulling her hair out, right? Trying to get everybody's needs met. And, she had somebody asking her to come over for a big lunch on the weekend. And it was the only day that she gets off. And she felt like, all I want to do is really just spend that time to recharge and just relax and not feel obligated to do anything. But instead, this person close to her that she loves and cares about asked her to go do this thing. And she said yes, at the expense of what's actually healthy for her. And at the moment, she's seeing the repercussions of her obligation to her work, to her family, to people in her life, all these different people who are, wanting their needs met, and her, just being obligated, thinking I should do that, I'm going to have to do that at the expense of what's healthy for her. She's seeing the repercussions in her physical health, in her mental, emotional health. Really, it's taking a toll in all areas for her. And so I gave her the task of incorporating an obligation-free day into her week and starting to set some healthy boundaries, know what her needs are, and being able to communicate those lovingly. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know what your needs are and you're not openly communicating them with the people in your life, how are those people going to be able to meet your needs, right? So, getting caught up in obligation just leads to burnout, leads to resentment, ends up killing our relationships and ultimately killing our trust within ourselves because we're not looking after ourselves. This obligation piece is all around, choosing to meet other people's needs at the expense of what's healthy for you. And that's never going to be healthy and conducive to creating the depth of connection that you want to create in those relationship dynamics. So you might have best intentions, but at the end of the day, if you're doing anything that's at the expense of what's healthy for you, no matter how uncomfortable it would be to say no, you're going to be doing any of those relationships a disservice by, doing what you think is the right thing or what you should do, and obligating yourself. So be conscious of this. I know it's a big thing for a lot of people. I tend to attract a lot of coaching clients who are very much this way inclined, very intuitive, very feeling kind of type of people who want to support the people around them, but oftentimes it comes at the expense of their needs and it ends up being their downfall. So getting you to think about this, is this something that, trips you up in your life, or do you have somebody in your life who you know and love and care about, and maybe this is something that trips them up, and maybe you could be helping and supporting them in this regard as well, because there's some of us. So drop me a comment, let me know, do you resonate with this? Is this you? You're obligating yourself to meet other people's needs and at the expense of what's healthy for you? Or is there somebody in your life who is doing this, right? And you're seeing it and you're like, oh my God, like I would never say yes to that, right? Because there's some of us who are really good at saying no to things that aren't healthy for us. And there's some of us who just simply aren't. Now, I used to be somebody who was always saying yes to things that weren't really good for me, but, trying to live to the expectations of others, or, meet other people's needs. And it's kind of how I'm wired if I talk into personality with you guys. But my growth has been in uncovering what's healthy for me. What is it that I actually want? Giving yourself permission to discover what that is, and then, actually having the courage to communicate that and align with that. There is, if you think about those people that are close to you, at the end of the day, they just want you to be happy, right? If they love you and they care about you, they just want you to be happy. But how are they to know if you don't know? If you don't know what your needs are and you're not willing to communicate about them, and instead you're just obligating yourself and you're saying yes to things you really mean no to, you're killing that relationship dynamic. I don't care how good your intentions are. So the most loving thing that you can do for the people in your life is to know what your needs are and to communicate about them and not sacrifice them, because like I said, that just leads to resentment, and resentment is the silent killer of your connection. So don't obligate yourself, and instead learn what you want and be able to say no. And that's been a huge growth journey of mine. So I live it, I breathe it, I walk it, I talk it, and I hope that this is resonating with you guys and just getting you thinking about, number one, if this is you, what are the things that I'm saying yes to that are at the expense of my health that I need to identify, I need to address, and I need to start saying no to, and communicate openly with the people that love me and care about me and I want to build extraordinary relationship with, and actually be able to go down that path right now. And then secondly, if you're not one of those people, but you see those people and you love and care about those people in your life, to not take advantage of them, and to actually go, I love this person. How is it that I'm going to actually help and support this person to look after their own needs? I've definitely got those people in my life who I see obligate themselves time and time again. And I've taken on some of that responsibility to just address that with them and just go, you know where this leads, right? You've been here before, right? This didn't feel good last time you did it, right? So how about we take care of your needs, and how about we get you taking care of you and not sacrificing what's healthy for you, because you're trying to do what you think you should do, but it's actually leading you in the direction of resentment and dissatisfaction in those relationship dynamics. Okay. Enough from me and my rant. I want to dive in and check in with you guys. So make sure you drop me a hi. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. And if this message is of value, I'd love for you to share it. That is really ultimately the greatest gift that you could give to me, is to share these messages with anybody that you would feel would find value in them. And particularly if you've got some people in your life who do get stuck in the obligation zone, to give them this message and go, how about doing an obligation-free day where you don't have any obligations? You get to do whatever you want to do, and you get to dive into the areas in which you are obligating yourself and start making healthier choices. All right. enough from me. Let me check in with you guys, see who's been able to join me before I rush off and hit up the gym. Oh my God. Day 3 on the 75 Hard Challenge. If you guys want to know what that's about, you don't know what I'm talking about, check my Facebook Live from 2 days ago on my day 1, where I describe exactly what it's all about. But I'm about to go hit up the gym, and it's getting dark and it's cold outside and all sorts of stuff, but I'm staying true to my word and feeling all the better for it. So I've got Joe's here, and Alex and Ram and Rob and Julie and Vanessa, and always great to see you, Ram. Thanks for being here. And Vicky and Phil and Daryl and Judy and Randy. I love and miss you. So glad to see you again. Always so happy to see you, Randy. Hope today's message has served you, and I hope you are doing amazingly well. And Juan's here, and Alex and Berry and Carl and Josie and Vanessa. This really resonates, Vanessa. I feel I've spent many years running around after other people and feeling resentful, and I ended up unwell and burnt out. I now take time for myself. I just treated myself to a beautiful massage, and I feel so much better. Oh, you are absolutely amazing, Vanessa. I love that, and that's something that I personally do for myself as well, is give myself a beautiful, like, go get a massage. Oh my gosh, best gift that you can sometimes give to yourself. And that is so beautiful to hear that you've had that growth. And we always have so much likeness. I feel like we've had some of the similar journeys, and definitely one of the greatest gifts that you can give to yourself and all of your relationships is that ability to say no and to actually choose you and do the things that are healthy for you. And the way I look at it is, you know, do the people in your life want quantity or quality? If they're after quantity, they're just going to let you keep doing everything for them, you know, at the expense of you being burnt out and not being able to give your all. Or if they want quality and depth of connection, then they want to encourage you to say no to the things that aren't in alignment, to look after yourself, to give back to yourself, and, you know, whatever strategies that that work for you. But definitely, first and foremost, stop chasing after people, running after them and feeling resentful, and actually start choosing what's healthy for you. Ask yourself, take time before you reply to saying yes or no to somebody, and just run it through your own framework. You know, there's some of us who are wired to be so attuned to what other people want that we can oftentimes takes time to go in and actually reflect and decide what we want. That's a process called harmony. I actually lead with it. Vanessa, I haven't had the privilege of going through a profiling session with you, but I think that that would be right up there for you as well, either in the driver position or the co-pilot position. I know you're in the masterclasses, so you would have seen this masterclass on personality psychology, but ultimately, what we need to do is set healthy boundaries, and that is the journey of the harmony or the extroverted feeling type of person. All right, so I could go down way more rabbit holes with that, but I won't. But I love and appreciate you being here, Vanessa, and thanks so much for contributing. I always love it when you guys comment and I get to engage with you, and I'm not just talking to the screen, so that's awesome. And I've got Samia and Daryl. What kills us isn't one big thing, but thousands of tiny obligations we can't turn down for fear of disappointing others. Oh, I'm trying to open the rest of your message. Oh, from Elaine de Botton. Awesome. I had no idea who that came from, but I always appreciate your amazing quotes, Daryl, that you always share with us, and I couldn't agree more. You know, obligation is going to kill your connection if it's coming from a place of the expense of what's true for you. So absolutely awesome quote, so in alignment. Thanks, Daryl. And Kazar is here, and Del and Terry and Terry, hi Vanessa, thanks for bringing sunshine to sunny Spain. Always, my friend, grateful to have you here. And Katrina's here, and Randy, I didn't realize how much I miss your late night powerful messages to those of us who are still up. Thank you for all your insights. Randy, you're so welcome, my friend. I'm grateful that you're still up. I usually don't do Facebook Lives this late because the sun's just about set now. But I love that you could tune in, and even though it's late where you are in the world, and I always appreciate you joining live. So thank you, and grateful that you're finding value in these messages. And Don's here as well, and Jared and Jody, hi, and love your work and walked away from negative people. Boom, I love that, Jody. Awesome work. And Don, hey Vanessa, thanks for the continued inspiration. Always, my friend, thank you for continuing to show up. I so appreciate that. And yeah, so much love for each and every one of you guys who could join me live. As always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering and today's message has served you. So all of you guys who get caught up in obligation, come on, look at what you're doing. And even if you've got best intentions, which I absolutely know that you do, realize that in the long term, you're actually costing your relationships. You're sacrificing yourself for the expense of your relationships, because they're not going anywhere great when you're not looking after yourself, communicating about your needs and actually knowing what they are to be able to communicate, and saying no to the things that aren't healthy for you, so you can actually say yes to you and the kind of dynamics that you want at play. All right, so thank you so much, guys. And as I said earlier, please do share this message if it's of value and you see that somebody else that's connected to you could get value from it. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. I'm off to the gym. I've got to punch it out because I've committed myself to the 75 hard challenge, and I can't wait to see where I get to by staying true to my word and, you know, obligating myself in a healthy way. You know, I know everything that I've committed to in this challenge is good for me. You know, it's healthy for me. So I'm gonna do it. All right. So much love for each and every one of you guys, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow.